very much, Peter. Lovely speech. Well done. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the spotlight moves to our best man. Let's give a big welcome to Adam Edwards, please. Adam.
Well, thanks, Vince, and thanks for that little lie at the end there. Never exaggerate about anything. And I'll definitely put some stories in here that are true. I would like to start, though, on a serious note, by reiterating what Peter said and say how lovely the bridesmaids look today. But they're only outshone by Sophia, who looks absolutely gorgeous today. I think we can all agree there. Thank you. I would also like to thank Pete for asking me to be the best man. He's been off to university, he's travelled the world, and he's met some amazing people. And being to choose me over all of you lot, really, is a real honour for me, and it makes me really proud, so thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Adam, as introduced. I've known Pete since I've been born, so for 30 years. We went to primary school together, secondary school together, Cubs, Scouts, swimming. Basically, we've done everything together, so much so that people never used to tell us apart, although I think we can see that we look very different. Some would say we were like the Ant and Dec of East Peckham, in some ways. As children, we did everything together, from building zip wires in Pete's treehouse that never seemed to work, to bit naughty this, stealing biscuits from a biscuit tin, something that I've continued to do, but Pete hasn't. To burning down fields of hay, which I'm not sure you knew about, Sir Reg. We'll leave that on there. As best man, there's two real jobs to do. Firstly, to make sure Pete gets to the church on time and looking good. All I can say is he got to the church on time. I've done the best what I'm given there. And secondly, to embarrass Pete with this speech. It should be about stories about when he was young and foolish, but to be honest, as he's grown up, he's even got more and more foolish. So a lot of the stories are very recent. However, one drunken night, I did promise Pete that there are a few stories Pete made me promise not to put in this. So all I can say to that is there are a few stories missing from the speech that would have been in there, but due to young ears and to respect to Reg and obviously not to incriminate Pete, they won't be in the speech. However, I will be propping up the bar later, so feel free to buy me a drink and my lips will move a bit quicker. I personally think Pete is a pretty amazing person, and I think we can all agree on that. I've known Pete for 30 years, and in that 30 years he's never stopped to amaze me. He's got some brilliant abilities, one of which are his dance moves. So much so, he got the nickname Pete the Feet. Pete loves the dance mats that you can find in children's arcades. He's the only person I know, and probably the only person anyone knows, that can dance on those dance mats, get a perfect score, back to front. Amazing. Only problem with that is, it is the steps 5, 6, 7, 8. A little bit camp. Pete has even taught me a few dance moves. I know the table at the back, they love a move I do when I pretend to tie a bit of string around my leg. In fact, that was Pete that taught me that. Pete's also taught me other dance moves, such as the sidecar, such as the giant skipping rope, which he told me earlier was the first dance move he showed off to Sophia. So we'll be reincarnating that one, or reiterating that one later. Pete also has a great ability when he speaks to women. It's their first bar. Such as, we were speaking to a group of women, and Pete decided to ask, how are you? One of the women said 35. Pete disagreed. No, you're not. You're rounding down, aren't you? To follow that up, he went to another woman in the same group and said, you're the oldest, aren't you? Class. But the best time of all was when he tried this chat-up line should never fail. The chat-up line goes like this. Touch this. Do you know what that is? Boyfriend material. See, that never fails unless you pee. Pete tried this on a group of women. So he went up to them and said, touch this, you know what it is? No response. Touch this. No response. Pete didn't realise this was a group of German women who didn't have a word of English. It ends up with all the boys sort of cringing, a little bit of laughter. They go, can you touch this? Touch this. The only thing you can do as an Englishman, when speaking to someone foreign, is to speak a bit slower and a bit louder. Touch this. It ended up with just touch me. Just grabbed her hand and said, boyfriend material, and walked off. Pete also has an amazing ability to fall asleep in anywhere, really, anywhere he feels is suitable. He once went to a bar with Alan, Vodka Revolution, where they were sat on some bar stools for 2 hours, drinking and drinking and drinking, as you do in a bar. When, obviously, what happens after 2 hours of drinking, you need the toilet. So, Peter hopped down off his stool, walked towards the toilets, kind of, hitting every person, chair and table on the way there. When he got there, he thought, oh, I'm incredibly hot, what do I do? So he stripped down, everything off, to his boxers, in the boys' toilets, and splashed water over himself. Obviously very drunk as well, put his clothes back on, walked out of the bar without telling Alan. Alan then thought, he's gone to the toilet a long time, couldn't find him in the toilets, so left the bar. Only to find Pete asleep with a tramp, snuggled up to a homeless man. Alan quickly picked him up, brushed him off, and took him to the Goldie Looking Chain concert that they were going to go and see. Where when they got there, Pete was still drunk. So Alan decided to say, Pete, go to the toilets, sort yourself out, I'll meet you out there. Pete didn't make it out of the toilets. He had fallen asleep before the gig had even begun. In fact, he was only woken by the cleaner after the gig had finished. He'd missed the entire concert and then struggled to get home as well. Couldn't pronounce Coventry. And of course, there's that time which all the stags know when he fell asleep on the plane or fainted. I don't know which one it is. Somebody help me, please. But joking aside, some of his best abilities are those that come naturally to him. He's a caring, calming and supportive, but also has the great ability to make me, and I'm sure most of you, laugh. These are attributes that make Pete an excellent friend, a fantastic father, and what will be a brilliant husband. So, in the 30 years that I've known Pete, I've never known him to be more happier than he is today, knowing that he's going to marry a woman he loves. So I'd just like to finish off by taking this opportunity for us all to send our well wishes to both Pete and Sophia. So if everyone could stand and raise a glass to the bride and groom, Pete and Sophia. Pete and Sophia. Phew!
Thank you very much, Adam. I think you all agree we've enjoyed the speeches this afternoon and a wonderful reception as well.